Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to the Cobra Mass Central Toy Review, and today we're looking at the 2010 release by Hasbro of the G.I. Joe Resolute of the Cobra Battle Set, which consists of 7 figures, and today's video is a part 6 video and we'll be focusing on Zartan, Master of Disguise. Now the figure and the accessories plus the file card is all been removed from the packaging, so we'll take a look at the file card first. Now Zartan here comes with a file card. Now at the top part of the file card is stated as Master of Disguise, codename Zartan. You got a nice little portrait of the Resolute Zartan there, which is nicely painted. Now on the top part here is stated file name unknown, aliases too numerous to list, birthplace unknown, and he doesn't have any military specialty. Now on the right of it is stated Zartan can blend in with his environment so skillfully that it becomes virtually invisible. Using makeup, mimicry, and disguises, he can successfully impersonate anyone. He's also a clever acrobat, contortionist, and practitioner of several mystic martial arts. Elusive and secretive to the extreme, he is difficult to find and almost impossible to capture. His skill as a marksman is less well known but was used by Storm Shadow in the past with tragic results, meaning that in the Resolute animation he uses a sniper rifle to assassinate the Hard Master. Zartan encounters Duke and Scarlet in the Cobra control missile silo and relishes this opportunity to battle them, which end in the result that he is dead. Now at the bottom he quotes, "I can be anyone, anywhere. You will never know that you are talking to me unless I wished it." Very nice. At the back is all black. Now let's take a look at his accessories. We'll start with the base stand. It comes with an atypical 25th anniversary design of a Cobra base stand. At the top part of the base stand itself, we got a nice little Cobra logo on there with 2 pegs for the figure to stand on. Now at the nameplate it's stated as Zartan. At the back it's stated 2007 Hasbro, made in China. Now Zartan here doesn't come with a lot of accessories. Actually it only comes with 3 accessories. First we'll take a look at the grenade launcher. Very nicely done. This appears in the Resolute animation. Nice little details, especially on the top part here. You got it targeted there. At the muzzle there's 3 holes painted in swamp green and black, and the handle there as well. There's a trigger hole for the trigger finger to fit in nicely. You got a stock there to fit at the bottom part of the elbow joint itself. Now the funny thing about this weapon is that it doesn't fit well to the left arm. It fits very well on the right arm, because due to the alignment of the trigger itself, or the handle, and the stock itself, once you place this on the left arm, it sort of tilt on one angle, so it looks kind of weird. So this fits very well only onto the right arm, and due to the design itself. So it's kind of a bit of pity, but it's still alright. Next we have his trademark sniper rifle in the Resolute animation where he shot Hard Master, and this is a very detailed stuff, as you can see here. Very nicely detailed stuff. You got the clip there, the handle and the stock, the scope, the muzzle there, very nicely done. Painted in swamp green and black as well. Even the lens is painted in red, but the back portion is not painted at all, so it's kind of weird. Now you got a trigger hole there. Problem is it's so small that the fingers for both hands of the figure itself can't even fit through, and the handle is so small it barely able to hold the weapon properly. It can hold it, but leaving much gap of a hole at the hand there, meaning that it will fall off from his hand anytime soon, the moment you have the sniper rifle equipped onto his hand. So it's a bit pity there. Next we have the body armor, and the body armor is a new accessory. Very nicely done, despite that the whole grey section here is pure plastic, but it's very well done. You don't notice that it's cheap plastic. Possibly they sprayed something onto to coat the surface of the grey plastic to make it not too plasticky. Very nicely done. Now you notice there's a lot of overlapping armor parts there, and there's a lot of holes there. Very nicely done, very nicely detailed too. Now at the back here, the 2 corners of the side of the armor itself is painted in green, and notice some sort of green lighting to show some sort of a high-tech armor. Then the belt buckle is painted in silver. The belt itself, even the straps to hold the pouches, is painted in black. Now the pouches on the side is painted in the same kind of color as the swamp green colors as they have painted on the figure's weapons itself, with silver buttons. Now on the side of the other side of the armor itself, you got a gray pouch, and this is where the button is to hook onto this section here. Now to wear the armor to the figure itself is rather easy. You just pop the head off, slide it in, pop the button, pop the head back in, and there you have it. Even removing it is very easy, so there's not a lot of hassle trying to, well, equip the armor to the figure itself, which is a bonus. That's a good thing. Now let's take a look at the figure's paint job. Now it's not really eye-catching. Some parts are not even painted at all. We'll start with the head. The entire hood itself is just, well, plastic, but it doesn't look very shiny at all. It appears that they would have coated the entire hood with something to make it look less shiny. Now the flesh tone skin is not painted at all, but the face paint job is actually painted slightly sort of this color, this light beige color, but you're hardly able to see it. Eyes is painted in green, but very little amount that you're hardly able to see anything you would think that is painted at all. Now the torso here, the entire torso, green torso here, is pure plastic, but it doesn't look very shiny at all. It seems like it's painted, but it's not. However, this crotch section here is actually painted. Now there is the most disappointing part. The entire thigh section and the knee section here is not painted at all. It's just pure plastic. It looks kind of cheap. When it comes to Hasbro, they want to skip some paint job, they can save some cost, and this is where you're gonna get it. It's very shiny, it looks very plasticky. The arms here, the green arms here, actually looks, well, basically the same as the torso. It's not painted, so it doesn't look really bad. Straps is painted in black, the armor parts is painted in gray, and this section here is painted in metallic paint job. It's very nicely done. Glove is not actually well painted. It looks very lighter in color, lighter compared to the green from the torso and the arms. And the arm plate, the forearm plate here is actually painted in gray. Very nice. Now the lower section of the boots itself is also painted. You notice there's gray and black, and the tip of the boots itself is also painted in silver. Now let's take a look at the figure's sculpt. The head sculpt is exactly the same as the 25th anniversary version of the Zartan figure's head. So there's nothing, well, new in that. But the hood is actually a new piece. And you would think that the hood is removable, but no, the head is not removable. So it gives you an illusion that the hood is actually removable, but it's not. The torso joint here shares the same torso joint as Snake Eyes here. Same thing, no changes. Arms is actually new, so that's a new thing there. Very nice sculpt on the arms. However, the legs is the same as the Resolute Cobra's flash leg. You can see they're both the same. Now let's take a look at the figure's articulation. The head can actually pivot up and down like so and go side to side and turn 360 degrees. But with the armor on, he's hindered pivoting the head up and down at all. Can turn 360 degrees, of course. Now the torso here can turn 360 degrees and go back a little bit, forward a little bit, and go side to side a little bit. Now they show the joints here. With half the arm, it can go all the way around 360 degrees and raise the arm this far. But with the arm, he can only hinder it up until, well, this point and raise the arms this far. Now elbow joint here can actually bend this far, bend backwards, and turn 360 degrees. Wrist joint here turns 360 degrees. Now the hip joints here can move forward and to the sides this much. Now the knee joint is double jointed, so it bends this far, which is not by much actually. And the ankle joint can pivot downwards, upwards a little bit, and turn 360 degrees. Now we will equip the figure with all the accessories. Now, as I mentioned before, it's quite easy to actually equip Zartan's accessories, especially on his body armor, since it's not really hinder a lot of stuff. As you can see, all you have to do is just pop it in, Pop the button in, like so, and pop the head back in. And there you have it. Now, as you can see, the head can actually turn 360 degrees with no problem, but have a hard time trying to pivot the head up and down due to the hindrance of the armor itself. As you can see, the arms can raise this far and can lift the arms this far and back there. Now, overall, the figure is actually not bad. It's just, I don't like the legs though, the paint job on the legs. There's no paint job at all. And it's quite an interesting combination of body parts that they try to use for this figure itself, considering you have Snake Eyes torso and the legs from Flash from the Resolute Cobra, and the arms is actually new. The head is actually the same head from the 25th anniversary version of, well, Zartan. But what I am really disappointed is that Zartan here barely able to even hold the rifle at all, so I don't even want to bother. And with the articulation, there's no hindrance on whichever dynamic poses that you want to do with him. And I really wish that they give him more accessories rather than just his 3 accessories. It would be nice that it comes even with the disguise mask. It doesn't even come with a disguise mask, so that's a little bit disappointing there. However, the accessories are new, so there's some nice touch there. You got a nice sculpted arms there, and the hood is actually a nice little sculpt there, but the rest of the stuff is just a mix and match. Overall, I like the figure, but just the paint job on the legs really turned me off, and I really hated that the figure can't even hold his sniper rifle. And the sniper rifle is absolutely very gorgeous, but he can't even hold it properly, leaving much gap onto the hand itself. So if I'm gonna give a rating on this figure, I'll say I'll give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, yes. I wouldn't give it a 9 because due to lack of paint job on the legs, unable to hold the rifle itself, doesn't even come with the mask, and as well as it doesn't have a lot of accessories. That's a bit let down there. So 8 out of 10 for Zartan here, the Resolute Zartan. So I thank you all for watching. This is Nusi05 and I'm signing off.